And we're back here. We're doing a review of the Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent by Nicolas Cage. The movie was great. Will's actually going to pull up our trailer right now, and let's watch it together. So if you guys don't
All right.
mind, let's do this.
Let me know if you can hear it, okay?
Okay.
What's the worry here, Nick? You've lost some of your talent as an actor?
Can you hear that?
Yeah, we can hear it. Let's turn it up a little louder.
What did he say?
He says he loves you, but he went in
All right, go
a
ahead.
different direction.
Got that
So
synopsis?
here's the plot. So Hollywood actor Nicolas Cage is struggling with his career after being passed over for several major film roles and constantly being pestered and tormented by Nikki, who appears to be him as his younger self. His relationship with his ex-wife Olivia and daughter Addie, who've been married for years, and he's emotionally neglected. Following an embarrassing and humiliating event at Addie's birthday party, Cage plans to retire from acting. Instead, he decides to accept this one vague offer for $1 million for a birthday party from his agent Richard Fink, that involves him going to an island owned by billionaire playboy Javi Gutierrez and being a guest of honor at his birthday party.
Nick Cage.
Upon meeting Javi, Cage initially annoyed by his neediness and insistence for him to use improvisational movies based on the script he wrote, soon learns how Javi's determination and is inspired him to quickly bond over his love of great movies such as The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and Paddington 2, which is awesome. They become best friends despite his insistence on otherwise. Cage decides to help the CIA in trying to build a case against Javi. Basically, Cage and Javi end up with a standoff and with themselves, trying to figure out who is the actual bad person. And this is basically the whole movie, so I'm not going to talk about it much more.
All right. So, well done. This movie only came out in theaters, right?
Yes.
From the movie, it wasn't too long of a movie, right? It was only about 2 hours long.
Yeah, it wasn't even 2 hours long. It was like an hour 54 minutes, I think it was.
Let's get down to the likes and I guess the positive things about the movie. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
I could go first because honestly, I love this movie. I love Nicolas Cage, so I'm just like them. All the people in the movie that just gaga over Nicolas Cage. Like, oh, it's Nicolas Cage! Look at him. I know that was perfectly. That's super me. I love Face Off. I love Gone in 60 Seconds. I love all the great movies he made, and I know he made some terrible movies too. I love the concept. I love Pedro Pascal. I love Tiffany Haddish. I mean, it was hilarious. I was in the movie theater. There's only about maybe 30 people with me. And we were all crying, laughing. I thought it was supremely well done, great timing, and Nicolas Cage does a great job of being Nicolas Cage.
I mean, who else had to play himself than him, right? But yeah, anything else, or is that your main?
I love the plot. I thought the plot was really good. I thought the story, the kidnapping. I knew Pedro Pascal couldn't have been the guy, so I loved every part of it. So I'm gonna let you talk about what you like, and then I have a few bad things, just a few.
A few, okay, cool. So, upon watching this movie, I really, really liked, as kind of you said as well, the comedic timing of a lot of the lines. Nicolas Cage, whenever I envision Nicolas Cage, right, I think of someone that is kind of like out of their mind, but someone that like still has direction in his moves, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So like, you mentioned Face Off, right? Him and John Travolta, and him and anyone that's paired up has like the best chemistry, in my opinion. So with Pedro Pascal, the cast just adds on to that masterpiece of talent that he can bring to the big screen. The one that really like came out the woodwork and made me laugh a lot was I forgot his name. What's his name? The guy from Mad TV, Ike Barinholtz, that plays Martin.
Yeah.
He's like, whenever he's just swearing up a storm or he's just like going apeshit on camera, I just die laughing. I really liked who else? Who else had Neil Patrick Harris
Neil
with
Patrick
like
Harris,
the
hilarious. When they get hit
right.
with those bushes, I was like, it's like, oh, it hurts so good. Oh,
I wonder if that's an actual thing. I gotta look that up, but it's gotta be
yes.
something in Hollywood, where pain is the therapy. But I just thought that was pretty funny. I really like the cousin, right? The cousin that's kind of introduced to Pedro Pascal's character, whose name is Javi, right? He's Javi.
Mhm.
He was pretty nuts, pretty nuts, and he did it well. Like portraying, not without saying too much, portraying like the nutsy cousin that just makes off the wall plays. Like I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Yep.
You got to have a good bad
I
guy to
agree.
counterpart the heroes, right? The heroes being Nicolas Cage. And they call him Nick Cage in here. I don't know if they kept saying Nick Cage, Nick Cage, Nick Cage, and someone called him Nicholas. So that kind of threw me off. But
I think if you
um,
know him, you probably call him Nick Cage, but then someone's just further away. It's Nicolas Cage.
yeah, Tiffany Haddish, funny as hell. Just making an audible to like make him the CIA kind of recruit or whatever. That was funny. Just yeah, overall, man, comedic timing was great. I love the cast, and the plot itself was something that I didn't expect. You mentioned that you knew early on who the bad guy was.
Yep, I knew
I
exactly. I knew Lucas was it immediately as soon as I saw him.
as soon as you saw him.
As soon as I saw him, I was like, yeah, that's him.
I saw him and it didn't dawn on me. I thought it was gonna be like him and Javi, or I thought like Javi was the like the second hand man, like the one that wasn't the brains of the operation. Like I thought he was still bad the whole time. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, those are my main likes. Cast was on point. I feel like you couldn't have put anybody else into the mix and had the same movie. Like it just had the right feel for everything that went going for it. But yeah, with that being said, I think, have you thought of anything else that you liked? Sometimes I know like when Tank and I,
I
or
mean,
you Tank and I, we'll think of like one last thing that really popped
we were
out.
just
You got
talking about
something?
that. It made me feel like the relationship between his ex-wife and his daughter and him. I like that too because it
Mm,
made so much sense, and it was good writing, obviously, because someone who's been through, when you're totally full of yourself, every relationship is about you. It's not about the other person; it's about you, and
yeah,
it hit so right on. It
yeah,
just made me laugh, and then I cared about them more because of that.
yeah, yeah. True. And like, man, Addie, I almost thought that was his real daughter. Like, she almost
And
looks
you
like
need
him.
to.
I had to look it up on the cast. Like, hold on, is it his real daughter play? But no, it's someone else. And she really played the bratty, like, oh, okay, dad, like enough of your BS and all your movies. Like, she played that role pretty well. So yeah, I agree. I agree.
Uh,
So, you want to get down to the bad things about the movie?
yeah, see, I'm not gonna have a long list. I honestly, because I really liked the timing of everything, and I think they gave just enough information about everybody to enjoy what you're seeing. Um, I wish I don't know how to say this. I wish there was more time between Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal. Actually,
Mm,
they
okay.
were so good together. I felt like that combination was so good. Um, Either that and give me a little bit more Olivia, his wife. Give me a little bit of those things, and less of Nicolas Cage with young Nicky. Just leave me a little bit less of that, and I think I'll be okay.
I agree. I agree. Um, from what you kind of piggybacking on what you said, I didn't really see Olivia playing like a big role in this movie, and in the end, like she had this acting talent out of nowhere where she kind of like plays little role. I'm like, damn, okay. She went from the makeup artist
Makeup
to like
artist.
to like the whatever she was. I don't even know what she was, but she was like the one that
She
kind
was
of
the real one who was actually controlling everything. He became the
yeah,
back seat.
he really did, right? And again, piggybacking off what you said, like their relationship, right? Javi and Nick Cage, they kind of reminded me of Step Brothers. Where like, you want to do karate in the garage? Yup.
Yeah.
Like they both just like bounce off each other so well, to where all their things about liking movies and like them making a movie together, I was like, man, this really reminded me of Step Brothers, and I totally agree. Like one thing that I feel like, just like how you said too, I totally agree. Where they could have really shined is if they had more of those moments, more of those like things where they shared likenesses or shared, interests or whatever, like if they would have had a whole, stream pissing scene, that would have like been the topping icing on the cake right there. Or like, yeah, I don't know. They could have done so much more. But I'm not mad at like at how they did it. I wanted more. I felt like that was like a missed opportunity. And I just wish there was more Lucas.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like with having the bad guy in this, right? So they were supposed to be Javi, who was thought to be the like
Kingpin,
like,
Judge King, the drug kingpin, the real
yep.
bad guy, but he had no idea what was going on at all.
No, he was just accepting money freely, from the actual bad guy. And I felt like we needed more of that kingpin status, right? Like if I would have seen Lucas like sniffing lines or something and like doing his own product, or like him, having an abusive power, maybe he shoots one of his own guys or something, that would have been like, oh snap, like that's a
Yeah,
bad dude.
yeah.
I needed more bad guy.
Even like it was like a meeting, like Javi had to go to Lucas's house for a second, and Lucas gets upset with somebody. Someone did something wrong. He shoots him right in the front. Shoots him. Then makes you know that Lucas is that much of a boss, a kingpin. You're
Yes.
talking about cartel. So you talking about cartel. You're a real boss, So, but
Yes.
you didn't get as much as you could have, and I think it was good casting. Just should have gave him a little bit more screen time.
Right. I feel like they should have had more callbacks too, because they had a nice handful, right? Callbacks to Nick Cage's movies, where they showed him. They mentioned Cruise, they mentioned Face Off, they mentioned all these iconic movies that we all know him from, right? I didn't see anything about Con Air unless I missed it.
They
But,
had
like,
a little because he had a little part for Con Air because when they first introducing him, when he was like dusting off the bunny, and then she
okay.
hung with the hair. That's another bad thing I didn't like. Nicolas Cage's hair. His hair was awful. It was awful. It was just like, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm going to talk, but I mean, his hair was just like.
How'd you like the dyed beard? How does that that looked a bit overdone. I think it was done on purpose. I'm hoping the writers or the direction was on purpose to have him. He's so egotistical that he can't grow a gray hair. Like his beard, bro. It looked fake. It looked like it was just painted on or something. But that's one thing they could have like. I think they did it on purpose. But if they didn't, then I wish they would have changed it. Or double down on how fake he is, or like have him look in the mirror every 10 minutes or something. I don't know. But yeah.
What
That's
about
it for me.
What about Gabriella? I thought Gabriella, who is Javi's love interest in this whole thing, besides the beginning when she told Nicolas Cage to get out of bed and go spend some time with Javi, I mean, you didn't really see the connection with them.
True.
Like they talked about it, they tried to insinuate it, but you didn't see the connection. I mean, I knew that was his love interest when he was talking about it, but I think they could have done a little bit more with that.
I agree. At first I thought she was just, and it sounds terrible, but I thought she was just like his maid or his like house management or something. And then when they talked about it later, like they mentioned it and it was so quick that I felt like I missed it, but I knew in the end that they were like together. But yeah, you're right. They didn't really show off that like love that they had for each other too much. And then the whole time what?
I was like, like you think Pepper Potts with Iron Man, you think I was watching Star Trek, Picard with his house manager. Like you develop this care for each other. And you even the way that when someone walks in the room, you kind of stare at them. It lingers a little bit. That wasn't there. I felt that could have been a little bit better. I know this is such a small part because I love the movie, but it's just something like that could have, I think enhanced it a little bit more.
I agree. Also, the girl that was kidnapped, right? I think it was like the
Mm-hmm.
general's daughter or something like that. I feel
Yep.
like she could have had a bigger role. She had like little to no lines, and I
Oh,
know like none, right? Yeah, she she should have made like a little bit more of an impact, or like give me something. Give her hugging Pedro when she gets saved, or give me something like give her like an action scene to where she throws him the keys to something, or I don't know, like I wanted something extra from her, but we got nothing from her. And I know she's the victim in all of this, so she's
yeah.
supposed to be scared, she's supposed to be kind of closed off and whatnot, but I didn't even see the emphasis in her being the victim too much. Like as soon as she was saved, like I thought she was just one of the characters that was the main characters, and I was like,
Because she kind of did, because immediately they turned into a movie. So
yeah,
we didn't enjoy her. One
yeah.
thing I did think was very weird was the Javi decided to drive into the U.S. embassy and still draw a
Mm,
gun out. I thought that was very strange. Even
mm.
what drug kingpin does his own dirty work and would do that? Like in his country, you would think he would have someone in the embassy that could kill you. Like, why would I drive myself over there? That doesn't make any sense.
That's a
You
definite
know.
plot hole. Yeah, true.
So,
But
but yeah,
overall, I agree with you. Well done movie. So we've gotten to the likes, we've gone to the dislikes. Oh snap! I haven't even been checking comments like that. If I haven't
no,
said
I
hi
was,
already, what's up, Derpy Gaming? What's up, Tank? Is that Tank in the comments? He should be
yeah.
enjoying his vacation.
So,
What's he doing?
yeah, he has two different accounts he's on there.
Oh, okay. Back on my main account. Got it. What's up, boss? So cool. That's it for the most part. You want to get down to the ratings?
Yeah, definitely. Actually, I was going to say while we were at this time, if we could
Sure.
look at Rotten Tomatoes, because I thought this was an unbelievable movie. I just want to know what Rotten Tomatoes had on the movie.
Where's it? Okay, sure. So, yeah, you know what? Let's. You want to do the Rotten Tomatoes first, and then give our ratings.
Yeah, compared to it.
So, Rotten Tomatoes, are pretty neck and neck with how the critics and the audience scored. On the tomato meter, the critics gave it an 88%, which is certified
Yeah.
fresh. So, definite definite critic favorite, which is, I feel like, that kind of surprises me. I feel like critics are really hard on these cliche type movies where they make fun of itself. I feel like they don't get the credit they really deserve. So for them to give them 88% is nice. And then the audience gave the movie an 87%, which is like right there. So everyone loved the movie, and rightfully so. So yeah.
Would it shock you if I told you it made less than $3 million at the box office?
Ooh, that does shock me. Damn. Is it? I wonder why. Why do you think so?
I don't think it was on enough screens. I thought people were
Mm,
like, "This is such a stupid movie," and even theaters didn't think that this is gonna be a really good movie. I think you put it on enough screens that this could have made good money. I think it still might be one of those movies that people start to tell other people about, and the next thing you know, it kind of catches on and starts rolling downhill. Because I wouldn't be surprised if its second and third week does better than its first.
okay, I can see that happening, turning into like a cult classic. Even I feel like it didn't do so well with making money, at least at the theater, was because I feel like the demographic that they were trying to reach was, I guess, an older demographic. So anyone who's like a 90s baby or older would
Mhm.
know who Nick Cage is. Like, other than that, like the newer folks, they're gonna know him from what, Crudes? And they won't even know him for his actual acting. They're gonna know him because of his voice acting, if they even know who he played in there. Unfortunately, I
God,
didn't watch Crudes. They had like a
has
part
he
two
been
as
out
well.
that long of movies? He's been on
No,
all
so
these small indie films for such a long
yeah.
time. You're right. Wow.
So I was looking at his library of movies, and he was in a lot of movies. He kind of has been pretty damn active. It's just most of the movies that I've looked on his on his filmography are just ones that don't pop. They don't really get like the recognition that they deserve, or they're just, I don't know, that just don't reach the right people.
That was
It's the same
funny
thing I
because
just said.
they called him basically as the white Samuel L. Jackson. Never saw a movie script that he didn't like. It's like I'm a movie. I'm an actor. I work. This is what I do. I act. It's like this is my job. Like, what? Really, you need to be in 150 movies in the last five years? That's all he does.
And also, too, I feel like people think, and I kind of think this too, right? I kind of said it earlier, that he's kind of losing his marbles a little bit. So I don't know if you saw that interview he did recently when he was promoting this movie. You saw about the suit? You saw the suit? Oh my God, the plaid suit. So, man,
He
this is
is
like a
so
certain
special. He's a special dude, and I think that's funny. That's what made this movie so funny because I know so many things about him. I see all the crazy things that he's been doing,
Yeah.
and he made fun of himself throughout the movie about those things, and I appreciated that. Like, the song when he was singing to his daughter for her birthday.
Yeah.
What the heck?
This suit right here.
Oh,
Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Oh, this suit, right? The one right here. Bro, like it was a simple question about what he's wearing and why he's wearing it. He could have been like, "Oh, I'm doing this to be different," right? He could have said so many other things, but if you see in this interview, he says that he has this love for shortbread, right? Every time he goes to England or something like that, he has to get a box of shortbread. And I looked, I didn't even know what the hell shortbread was. I'm not gonna lie, it's like a thing of cookies,
Cookies,
assortment
yeah.
of cookies,
It's like one
and
of those tins of cookies that you get at Christmas time.
yes, and the wrapping or like how it comes in this color. It's like a plaid red and black color, and he just goes on and on for a solid like minute and a half from what I remember of shortbread cookies and why he wanted to be dressed as the wrapper of it or something like that. That just shows me that he probably has just way too much money that he doesn't know what to do with, and
You know what? He doesn't have
he's
that much money.
he
He
doesn't.
doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it's crazy. It's just Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. That's what it is.
Wow. Well said. Nicolas Cage being Nicolas Cage. I watched that clip like at least 5 times. I don't even know why I watched it that many times, but I've been seeing it pop up like on random ads or like I've been seeing it on TikTok, and I'm like, man, this dude really like blowing this thing up about shortbread. I almost want to even try shortbread myself because if it's made him loony for it, what is it called? He's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs almost, but shortbread. Yeah, maybe I want to try it out. You ever try shortbread?
I've had shortbread. I have shortbread pretty much every Christmas. My great grandmother used to give it to us. So
Nice.
that was
Okay.
exactly. I was going to tell you this. As Tank was saying, all his money goes to the IRS. That's why he does 100 movies a year. Tax fraud. He get caught.
Damn. Got him. At least he's paying his taxes, right?
Ow.
He said now.
Ow. Now he does.
I mean, who knows how to manage their money that well when you get, past 6-7 digits? Nobody.
Everyone will have a problem. So that's just truth. But I don't know. I mean, I think, all right, one thing before we get into ratings. What about the kiss?
The kiss. Ooh, hold on. The kiss.
Him kissing. Spoiler alert, he kisses himself. he
yeah.
himself and grabs his own butt.
Was that okay? Hold on. I guess it's kind of a little bit of spoiler. Is that when he was on acid? Was then when did that pop up?
He was talking about doing these small movies, retiring, just doing indie films, doing it for the art of it. And he was like, "You're Nicolas freaking Cage!" And his younger self came back in, and they kissed each other. And he grabbed his butt. It was like,
okay, now I remember. He keeps having these little which makes you think he's like losing his shit. He gets in touch with his younger and like previous selves of other movies. Was it like that?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. And that was one of him where he had the no facial hair. He was all clean shaven. Yeah, that He loves himself that much.
It was.
I mean, no kink shaming, right? But what was that? Asexual? Is that what that means? He's
I
asexual.
guess you love yourself so much. It's just unbelievable.
Oh my
What
god.
is that? Here you go. Yeah, you got it.
Oh my bad. Tank says he bought a dinosaur head, some super rare Superman comic, which he is a big Superman fan,
It was
and
supposed to
so
be
much
Superman.
Elvis stuff. Right when he had the long hair, he
Yep.
even did like a whole testing thing with the suit.
They had everything, but who was gonna do it? Not Wes Craven. Oh my goodness, I'm blanking on who it was, but
Same. Somebody
he,
big,
he
obviously, right?
he was gonna be Superman. It was gonna be unbelievable.
Was he gonna do it with the long hair?
Tim Burton was going
Tim
to be the director. Tim Burton was supposed to be the director for his Superman. It was supposed to be amazing
with long
and,
hair.
Yep, and they just didn't go for it. Kind of fell to the wayside. I've seen a couple specials about it, so yeah, I would love to see it.
I mean, he did late after that, he did later on he did play Superman, but as the voice of Superman in like some animated bit. I forgot where. I was looking in his again his filmography, and he ended up playing Superman, but as an animated voice. So
he was supposed to be in the turn of 99 to the 2000s. Early, he was supposed to be Superman.
Man, imagine.
It would have been. I mean, things could have changed. I don't know. Probably for the worst because Tim Burton Superman just doesn't sound right. But
Tim Burton. When I hear Tim Burton, that's the one Nightmare on
Before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Yes,
oh God, Beetlejuice and all that. Wow. Yeah, I don't know
exactly.
how that would have went.
That's what it would have been. Yeah.
Spooky Superman.
It would have been.
I mean, that would have been cool. And then Tank says he was so bad with money and didn't know he had to pay. How do you not know you have to pay taxes?
It's a lot of people. So I heard about the story. So it's like, imagine you get $20 million and you get $20 million check. Like, here you go, $20 million. The smart person will go buy, if you want to buy a house, go buy a $1.2 million house. You gotta pay your agent, you gotta pay all your bills, you do all those things, and then you gotta pay taxes, which is about 30% of that.
Oof.
You know, so you get $20 million check and you giving out another $6 million to somebody, and then you gotta pay taxes on everything. So it's hard. You know, it's very hard for you to be able to balance that money with you. You don't have an accountant to take that money away from you. So if you have a bad spending habit, as you saw Nicolas Cage in this movie, try to buy a sculpture of Nicolas Cage, he was like, "Oh, that is grotesque. I'll offer you $20 million for it." He ain't had a dollar to his name. Offer someone $20 million for a wax figurine of himself.
You know what? I didn't even realize he was trying to buy that with all the debt he was in. I didn't. You now saying it? Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, he's bad with his money. Tank says he even named his son. That's wow. Named his son Kal-El, Clark Kent's real name in the comics.
Yep.
Really love Superman. I mean, I won't judge him for that. I named my son after a rapper, so you know which rapper I named my son after?
No.
It's not really like the full name of the rapper, but you know, Childish Gambino.
Yeah.
So I named my son's middle name Gambino. So his name is Angelus Gambino Garcia.
That's a good. That's a good one. Gambino's a good one. That's fine.
I love it, man.
That's a good one. I like that.
Like I'm then a side note, I'm really obsessed with Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino. Everything he does, he touches is freaking diamond. They're not even gold, it's diamond. He's so underrated. When he was in the music scene, I feel like he was just so underappreciated, and now his music is going crazy. But yeah,
people didn't know how good he really is. I love Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. I love everything he did. You know.
Yep. I named my son's middle name Gambino. I call him that, like, if I'm ever doing something and I'm trying to call him like code, you know, like if I'm not trying to like announce that I'm calling my son, I'll be like Bino, or I'll call him Gambino. So yeah, like I'm pretty sure, like when I put my son in sports, like I put him in baseball, or football or whatever, right? Probably gonna call him that, so no one sees it coming, type deal.
Dude, that is awesome. That's a good line. That is really good. I like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I already jealous. I have all girls, but now I know
How many girls you have? You have two?
Two girls. Two is expensive enough.
Salute. Salute, man. My wife is the only girl in my life, but man, do girls eat money? But yeah, as she gets a chancla ready to hit me, yeah. Gotta dodge that. So, yeah, Charles Gambino, again, side note, was amazing in Community. But yeah, getting back to Nicolas Cage, naming his son Kal-El. Sounds nuts, but you know what? I understand. So, you want to get into the ratings?
In the ratings, yeah. So,
All right.
during we as Spoiler Kings, we rate things a little bit differently. We usually rate movies on a 3-part scale, either now, which we need to get up and watch it right now, later, which means when you get some time, you can get watch the popcorn, maybe stream it, or never. If it ever comes out, avoid your eyes, avert your eyes. Let's try to not see it ever. Those are the three things. What do you got? What would you rate this one?
So with now, later, and never, I'm definitely gonna give The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Try saying that 5 times fast. I'm gonna give it a now. It was really, really well done. Super funny. Had me laughing like the whole time. And storyline was just, it was misleading for me, but in a good way. Like I didn't see where it was going, and that's a good thing when it comes to movies. It's always bad when you can prevent what the next move is, or when you know like, oh, the end's gonna be this. Like I didn't know what was gonna happen at the end. And I'm not good at this anyways. I feel like you and Tank are just really good with seeing all the foreshadowing and, oh yeah, this is gonna happen. Like I'm not that great at that, but for this one especially, I will give it a watch now, just because, like how you said earlier, Nick Cage being Nick Cage is just amazing on screen.
Yeah,
So
that's a good answer. I like that.
what about you? What do you give it?
I definitely give it a now. I feel like most people that watch movies, I think you saw the all the trailers and had no idea what this movie's about. You know it was about Nicolas Cage. That's it. If you give it a chance, you will die laughing. It's one of those movies that everyone will enjoy. I just wish that we knew a little bit more about it so we could get the word out. But I really believe this is one of those movies. If it doesn't hit big in the movie theaters, it's going to hit big on wherever it's Netflix or whatever it is, whatever streaming service it gets it. It's going to blow up because it's going to be one of those movies that you can watch over and over and over again. And Pedro Pascal did an amazing job too. It was well acted. It was overacted in the right spots. When they're doing acid, that was hilarious. It was so good.
Yeah.
It's a very good movie. One of those movies you watch and you feel better about your day. It makes you laugh and makes you cry laughing again. And you leave refreshed. Life is already serious enough. Why not have a good comedy to make you feel better?
True. Well said. Well said. So yeah, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, man, just such a good movie to see. With that being said, would you watch this movie again? Is it one that you can keep watching over and over?
I honestly think this is one of those movies I will watch on TNT, TBS, FX, all those times, and I was going to stop and start watching it again because it's that good, that funny. I like that feeling, and they're not jokes funny. It's not like ha, that was a good joke. It's just the awkward scenes are so good. It makes you smile.
Yeah, true. I would definitely watch this again. I can't wait till it comes out streaming. I was a little upset that I couldn't watch it streaming, but like it got me to the theater, so and I'm glad I got sight on the big screen. All the shooting and whatnot. So yeah, I would watch it again. Probably like a good handful of times.
Yeah,
I don't think I can get sick of this one because it really, like I said earlier, it reminds me of the Step Brothers, and they have that kind of relationship like that. So who knows? Do you think this could have like a part 2 even? They didn't really like hint at anything like that.
But it's
But
Nicolas Cage. It's almost like his life, so it can keep on going. It'll be hilarious to see. But I can't wait to see it again, honestly, because I feel like this is one of those movies that I will notice something new every single time.
cool. With that being said, thank you guys. Have a great night, and don't forget to subscribe.